But we have
Space.
space, chat.
I will send you to Jesus.
I suppose that's fair. Let us go space, and we have one more. I'm ready. Not I've never 160 ferrets. Holy fuck.
Space. What is space?
Big.
Why do I have to wear a spacesuit? That is so formal.
So formal!
Not a problem. I'll just put on a jacket. Why is everyone saying you can't go faster than the speed of light? It's super simple. You just go the speed of light, and then you push on the accelerator a little more. Oh no, not the sun. The water will put it out.
Amazing.
Hey Alexa, play Who Let
It has
the
two
Dogs
parts, got
Out.
it.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't
Alexa,
do
play
that.
the thing.
Despacito remix.
Alexa,
remix.
play Who Let the Dog... Ahaha. Now I will be able to get all the best nudes. Hey, you should have closed your curtains. Ooh, I wonder...
That is 100% humans, though. That is 100% humans. New technology. The amount of lewd things we can do with this new technology. It's like the fucking novel AI stuff, allegedly, right? Oh my god.
What's in there?
So human.
Oh, hey, how you doing, little fella? Oh, I think he's just sleeping. Aha! I knew
Yes, we
it
have.
was fake the whole time.
Look at him ready up!
All this and more on this episode of In the...
Space.
Space. What you know about space?
What do
R34 is always
Okay, let's
omnipresent,
start at the very
except in
beginning.
two situations that I
Not
found.
the beginning of the universe.
Oh.
The beginning of...
And I'm
how people
proud
thought
that I
space
found
was.
that.
Oh, yeah, so the history of space. Okay, yeah.
Dog.
So we've got flat Earth, right? Now there's going to be
Wait.
a whole bunch of people in the comments that go, oh, actually, they've known that the Earth was round since the Greeks. We
Lol.
know, everybody knows. No one thinks you're smart, shut up. But there were plenty of societies that did think that the world was flat. Yeah, I saw this in a lecture once, or I overheard it on the bus or something. But this is how it goes. You've got like this circular flat Earth, right? And then you've got land.
No, I do my research, I assure you. There were two specific things at the time that didn't have it, and I'm very proud of that.
In the middle. They call this area the Mediterranean because that's the middle land.
Amazing.
Right? It's right in the center. And then past the land, you've got water. Now, all that water is mostly fine. But if you go a little further out, there's a lot more water. Like a shitload more water. These
Shitload more
you see
water.
are not to scale. It goes way further out. But if you try to traverse them, what will happen is
You run into Lobster from Elden Ring.
sea monsters. Right? They'll destroy your ship. Easy. And you can tell that sea monsters are real because once in a while you get some weird thing that washes up
It's
the
just
shore.
deep sea
If somehow
gigantism. That's
you
all that
make it
is.
past the sea monsters, you encounter mud.
Just mud?
Mud.
It's flat mud. And
Mud.
it mixes with the land. So you can no longer pass by
Oh.
it in a boat. So you can try to walk
Boat.
across it, but it's basically like quicksand.
Megalon,
and you
yeah.
just straight into it. But somehow, if you manage to traverse this plain of mud, which is even larger than the ocean itself, it
Amazing.
would start to get colder and colder. And eventually that mud becomes frozen, and then it turns to ice. And then it's just cold nothingness for far, far longer than all the ocean. And then eventually you come to a big mountain range.
Big
And this mountain
mountain.
range goes right round the earth.
Right.
And it is the thing that at the very top holds up the filament, which is the thing that encompasses the stars.
Damn, we've come a long way in terms of science, is all I'm gonna say.
So the mountains go up and then it like holds the star
Yeah.
canopy above
It
the
holds
earth.
up the heavens.
Yeah,
Holds
that
up the
makes sense.
skybox.
The model is there to dissuade people from trying to find new things, right? Because if you go out on a boat in the ocean, you die. It's the perfect dissuasion. Hey, look,
Yeah.
don't bother trying to discover Australia. If you go out there, you're going to
actually
get eaten,
Hyrule, yeah.
then you're going to sink in the mud, then you're going to freeze to death, and then there's also nothing out there. And that's what keeps everyone safe and alive.
Eyebrow raise, we're
Tell
gonna
the
do it
same
right.
story to your kid in the village to not go out into the woods.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
And that, circling around, is why they tell us not to go to Mars, you see. Don't
Oh.
come back.
I do think we'll colonize Mars. Probably not quite in our
You reckon? I think we'll land
We're gonna colonize
20
Mars, yeah.
years. You're a dreamer instead of historian.
I don't know, Elon Musk is apparently on that shit.
Space race to the
The
moon
Wiggler King, welcome,
was
how you
out of
doing?
competition with the Soviet Union, right? Then we beat them, and everyone went, nah,
Meh.
can't be bothered. Now we're back at war with China. So, I reckon space race back on.
When was
Otherwise,
this posted?
China's going to stick a big flag in it. Actually, you know what?
Oh, 2 months ago. Oh, super. Okay, super up-to-date news. Okay, got it.
It's always belonged to China.
Their flag would look better on Mars, just saying.
It'll blend in too much.
It already looks like a flag for Mars. It's got stars on it, and it's red. It's perfect.
That's hard to argue with.
I say give it to them. And let's be real, a lot of people are probably going to
Nervous
die
laughter.
colonizing Mars, like, at first.
Yeah.
They've got the manpower
A lot,
for
yeah.
it. Everyone will just be fighting over the bit where everyone's landing. It's not like someone will be like, well, I'm going to go over
Yeah,
to this part of Mars,
you
and,
drop in
like, that'll be my
from the
part.
battle bus.
Yeah,
Everyone's
going to
fight
stay
there.
here where the
Yeah, have a good
Twinkies
one.
and the women arrive.
Nice to see you guys,
I think
Phoenix.
you'd want to sit up at the poles, because that's where all the ice is, right? Resources. But also, because of the rotation of the planet and the angle you come in, it's actually more difficult to land there as well.
Yeah.
See.
So you would have to actually essentially approach by land. Easier to defend. So you're there on the ice, you've got all your water, and then you're just picking off.
If I remember correctly, isn't the ice like it's some sort of carbon? I thought it wasn't water. I don't think it's something carbon that's frozen, right? Someone would have to cite that for me, and I could also be misremembering. But I mean, yeah, the ice caps. The Halo HUD is based actually. That's a neat addition to the Halo HUD. I kind of dig that.
Off anyone who dares to approach one of those Mars rovers. The Curiosity rovers, I would presume.
That would be super fun.
Scuff
So you're
Factory.
saying if you're going to fight for Mars, you'd stay at the top. So this is mine. I like that.
This
Yeah,
is mine.
Solid.
Build a big igloo, big ice wall. Tell
Effectively, just become Morgoth from Lord of the Rings.
everyone to get the
Water
fuck
ice.
out.
Okay, fair enough.
It'd be awesome.
I love that, yeah.
I thought this had pocket sand for a
Here's the
second.
problem.
That's rocket science.
It's 1960s, NASA, and they can't figure out how to get things into space.
Fuck.
It's too far up, you see. How do we get past the filament into the stars? Ordinary
Yes.
things, you're our best scientist. You gotta come up with something that'll get us there. What do you got? Ordinary rocket propulsion, perhaps? Mentos and Coke. What's the big new idea?
Mentos and Coke.
So this is what I've
Wow.
got so far.
Amazing.
Right? A man kneeling on the ground, praying to get to space. I like it. That's a great idea, ordinary things. Let me get you the funding right now.
Let me get you the funding.
Not quite. This is a dog.
Dog.
See, my plan is
Dog.
Trebuchet.
sort of trebuchet, yeah.
Let me show you my idea. You've heard of CERN, right?
Yeah, they got the big underground thing.
Particle
Yes.
accelerator, yeah.
So CERN is basically a 25-kilometer ring underground.
It's Halo.
Powered by gigantic magnets that send particles in one direction, getting them faster and faster and faster, and then they send particles in the other
Oh god, I was joking, but it actually is Halo.
direction, and then eventually they let them collide.
Cool.
Now, what if you had an extra track
Yes.
that went like this? You got something up to 99% the speed of light, and then you just
Concerned.
hit the
Yep,
switch,
yep.
and then capsule goes whoosh, terminal velocity.
Love that. So you're thinking you build up as much momentum as possible on Earth using magnets rather than rockets.
Yep.
Is it the size of atoms in this instance, or
We're gonna have to build a bigger one.
You're gonna have to build a bigger.
CERN.
We're gonna need a bigger boat.
Massive CERN.
Well, you just make the hole in the middle bigger.
Oh,
At-
yeah, all right. Yeah,
Atom-sized hole, too small. The only problem I can see is that we're sending people through the Earth's atmosphere at almost the speed of light. They will immediately explode. I think the solution is to put a dog in it.
yeah.
Do you know how funny it would be if it was like a Tuesday and the supervisor was out of the office for the day, and then he kind of came back, I
famous
forgot
last
some of my
words.
papers, and he comes in, and the guys at CERN are all gathered around because they're firing grape through CERN at a big cartoonish brick wall. Yeah, go Dave!
This is why scientists are in fact based, because they would.
I would love to be at the CERN Christmas party where someone's just like, yeah, man, I'm gonna do a shit in the CERN. That's called the CERN.
The CERN.
I would find it very difficult not to get in the CERN machine, I think, if I was there.
You can
I want to be in the machine. I don't want to be in the machine anymore.
Give it a go.
Alright, if there's anyone from CERN watching here,
Yeah.
my boy needs a ticket and one for his lady.
I'll email them now. People are
your
thinking
pal
about
Orne?
space travel all wrong. They're rubes. Those guys at NASA, I tell you, rubes. They keep trying to send us to space when we
Yeah.
should be sending space to us.
Oh.
That's not a bad idea at all.
Hold up.
Now, space elevator, very difficult. You build the thing 1,000 kilometers up,
Yeah.
and then the tip of it is actually rotating faster than the base of it by differences in like hundreds of kilometers an hour.
Right.
Tensile strength, whole thing wants to break apart, right?
Right.
Now, if somehow you could make a big anchor, wait, how do you? Here, it wouldn't need to be one rope, because one rope is not going to stay strong.
2 ropes.
Here's 20 meters of rope, and then a big joint. Here's 20 meters of rope and a big joint. And you just do that all the way back to Earth.
Love it.
Okay, you'll need like 150,000 kilometers worth of rope. But once you're there, all of a sudden you can just pull things across it, right? What am I missing?
There is one thing.
Yes.
I think the
Distance.
moon moves.
Yeah.
So what you're going to end up doing is sort of like wrapping the Earth round. That's the one problem. Otherwise, it's flawless.
I've got a solution.
All right.
There's
Redact
a
number,
rail
right? Yep.
across Earth,
Rail. Oh my god, that's a great idea. That's way better than what I was going to say.
right? And then you've got your hook in here. It's allowed to slide through the rail.
So in theory, we could like lasso the moon in,
Yeah.
bring it to us. Are there any minerals on the moon worth having? Any resources?
Oh my god.
There is a fair amount of helium, and also helium.
It would fuck up our tides 100%. Like that would actually be catastrophic, if not
Well, we are
cataclysmic.
running out of helium, so that is convenient.
There's a pretty good amount of
24 hours
water
remain, yeah.
all over the moon too, so that's why soon there'll be a moon base, and they'll be able to collect most of the minerals that they need.
Soon there'll be a moon base.
Soon there'll
They've
be a
been
moon
promising moon base for years. They've been promising moon base for longer than James Cameron's been promising Avatar. And
Got 'em!
Sick of this shit.
Got
No,
him.
and I'm not sick of add time. How's this for a scenario? You're with your honey, and you both have regular size heads, but you have to share a headphone.
Well,
You lose. The correct answer was to get Raycons. Look, she's with someone new, and she's loving the up to 54 hours of battle life, and she can't stop putting them in her
ads are
ears.
so good.
The silky rubber finish is rigged for her pleasure. Pop quiz hot shot. It's Black Friday, and it's time to stomp some heads. You gotta win her back by getting her some kind of present. But you don't want to spend too much money, because she might have moved on. What do you do?
Well, Raycon Man is
Raycons. They're half
is
the price of other
legendary.
premium brands, but still sound pretty good. Go to buyraycon.com/incognito.
He's just that good.
Look, this guy loves them.
This guy
All right, one
loves
father scenario.
And
You're
Holy
walking down the
Crusader
street,
27,
and
thank you for
see
the
a
resub, I
homeless man,
appreciate it.
And he asks you for a donation. You've only got one thing on you that's of any value. What do you do?
Send a launch object to space, but space sellers will remove the issue. Correct. Yes, very expensive to launch things. Not very
noise production.
reusable in terms of words, brain,
The good end.
resources, right?
Where you
So
can
space
enjoy
elevator
the
would be a
premium sound
fix,
of
but there's
Raycons.
definitely issues with that.
Forever.
We've got a computer here too. We can go to
Xenophobia. I figured, yeah, Celine, yeah.
To get 20% off site.
Shit would be horrible.
30% off holiday bundles.
But I played enough Majora's Mask, so I'd be
and
fine.
free shipping to the United States.
Mass fuck Violet. Yes. I don't even know the value. I'm gonna say
and you put it on like a
box.
little satellite that you were going to send to an alien
Yeah.
planet.
Box.
Like, what items would you put in there to represent like human civilization?
I mean, when I was in high school, actually, no, this was middle school. I'm sorry. We were learning about archaebacteria and stuff like that, and I'm just like, why don't we just make like a suicide droid or a suicide satellite that just launches to say Venus and just populates it with archaebacteria to help terraform? And no one could ever give me a proper answer on that. See, Kip was ahead of his time in terms of school. Just the schooling system is awful. I wanted to, in fact, become a Resident Evil scientist, but that requires potential physics, and I failed physics. No, sorry, I failed calculus. That's the one.
Good question. How big's a box?
Let's say
the-
it's the size of like.
I'm still waiting on my cat girl, Sri
big.
Lan.
Okay, definitely a person then.
Definitely a
Okay,
person.
just like a
Like-
dude, like a dead guy, or just.
Yeah, they can be dead. That's fine.
That's not a bad idea. Like a dead guy who's like kept from oxygen so he doesn't rot. So they've got like a fully
I'm
preserved.
just keeping a cardboard box.
I want my cat girls.
Yes, so
We don't have the budget
about
for something
Space Elevator.
bigger.
I like
Probably
the idea
did.
that when they just open up the flaps of the cardboard box, they ooh.
God.
I suppose you'd have a man and a woman.
Yeah.
A phone.
Oh,
Phone, like an iPhone.
Yeah, you
iPhone.
wouldn't have to give them the latest
Face tracking,
one
yeah.
because they don't know.
An iPhone 5
Star
with a
Trek
cracked
TOS.
screen.
Baby.
Yeah,
All right.
It's not like they're going to start using it.
Exactly, yeah, fuck it.
I'd probably get rid of Just some trash? There's quite a lot
Trash!
of trash
And some batteries.
now. Yeah, because you can't dispose of batteries anyway. Bottle of Coke, full bottle. I kind of like the idea that you're... Okay, so you know when you're a pirate, right?
Yeah, I'm familiar.
What?
Burying treasure. Someone finds it 500 years later, and
Yeah?
they go, wow, this is not just a historical find. I'm going to be rich.
Oh,
Love
I know where
that.
this is
I
going.
like the idea that they find a couple of human corpses, but also half a dozen bottles of Coca-Cola. There's going to be some rich one who's like, bruh, yeah, I'll pay you 50 billion alien pesos for half a bottle or something.
I think that's the first actually like really good suggestion for the alien box. I mean, fuck Coca-Cola, but it's also a very
Allegedly.
popular drink and like a good representation of Western
Of it, yeah.
society. It's everywhere in the world. Great,
Everywhere.
and also they might be pleased. They're like, oh, this is a treat.
I'd have to dig
Or
into that.
maybe
That'd be
a
very
killer.
interesting
But
if so,
great
Kiwi.
suggestion.
Thank you. Maybe also
Music, I reckon.
music.
Mozart on a vinyl. Yeah.
Another good one, a handgun.
Yeah, just to show them that we mean business would be good.
But only one bullet.
Yeah, well, we'll rig it up to a tripwire. Don't touch my stuff.
Big Mac in there, yeah.
You're
It'll
stuck in
last, let's be
space.
real.
You're floating around.
Sweet.
Oh my god.
Loving it.
You're in a spacesuit. I come floating up to you.
Yes,
I go,
probably.
"Ordinary things. Help. Help. My oxygen tank has been pierced. I'm gonna die."
Ooh. Oh, that sucks for you.
No,
Money printer, go
no,
Bert,
that's
yeah.
not what you say. Now, we've got just enough time. Quick, we can both survive, but we're gonna both have to get into the same spacesuit.
Oh, I've been tricked like this before.
So we have
Old school
to both
Twinkie, yes.
squeeze in there. The question is, are you taking the front or the back?
I'll take the front, I think. I'd rather be in the driver's seat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I trust you.
That's just my wallet, I swear.
It's not gay if it's on the moon.
Yeah, like legitimately, like you come back to Earth and they'll go, no, it wasn't. It's the moon. It doesn't count at all.
Doesn't count.
Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin, they could have done it on the moon. Yeah, they wouldn't have been considered gay. And then I suppose
Ironwood, thank you for the follow.
Lovers on the moon.
Oh my god.
It's different.
someone shut this man up.
I still remember that. Remember that
Someone comes
episode.
to you and says, ordinary things, you may see the universe, but we can't travel faster than the speed of light, so you have to go into the cryopod.
The old time delay.
Yeah,
Spacesuits
you
are-
can
yeah.
go to Alpha Centauri,
Yeah.
but it will take 100 years, and everyone you know will be dead. Do you do it?
I don't want to just be like launched into the equivalent of Mars in Alpha Centauri and just be like, well, I'm here and I'm dead. I'm fucked.
Dead.
They don't just drop
Like-
you off. You get to go on like a nice big ship. Maybe there's a nice lady there who's also frozen. And-
A nice A-list celeb lady who is inexplicably an astronaut. Oh my
God.
In all those movies.
yeah, and you
Mother,
wake
I
up
must go.
early
My people await.
You woke up early and uh-oh.
Welcome.
Yeah,
Oh, whoopsie, but you don't have another choice, so you have to be my friend.
Did you do it? Would you want to be one of the crew that goes to Alpha Centauri?
I think I would. I think it's worth it. To
It depends
go
how many other
do
people
something
I
that
might-
Literally, no one else.
I'd
has
be
done
willing to.
before. I'm down.
Yeah, I think I would too.
Yeah.
If you were one of the first people to Alpha Centauri, you'd just have thousands of things named after you.
I just the sole thought that crossed my mind is the first person that would be on Alpha Centauri. What's the first thing that someone would do? Someone would drop their pants and piss on the fucking dirt. 100%. Someone would just christen the planet that way. Like, that is such a human answer that my brain came to. Like, a human result that my brain just came to. You're gonna get the guy that's just like, oh, I can't. Literally have a pissing match. That's the word. Fuck me.
You forever.
The whole planet. You get the planet.
Yeah.
If you're the first one there, it's like, this is me land, baby.
Yeah.
No
Dibs.
governments. Money is banned.
What a
And
Sex 2
I haven't thought this
combat.
through.
You know, if you look at a place like Earth, every creek, every little nook or rock has a name to it.
Yup.
They did that,
Yeah.
like when people first came to Australia, and I can't help but notice that everything here is named either Murray or after Batman or
Please, somebody, if you're from Australia and can, like, or know enough about Australia and can substantiate this, please substantiate this for me, I beg you.
The Batman. Wait.
Yeah, you don't know about everything being called Batman here?
No, that's new to me. That's
Oh, there's
news.
this guy. His name's like John Batman.
What?
And so there's like a Batman River and like a Batman street.
You're kidding.
In middle of Melbourne. No,
No way.
no.
John
Yeah.
Batman. Oh my god, I'm looking him up now.
Look, in the past, how long did it take for people to get from England to Australia? What was it like?
Oh,
Months.
Like a month.
Yeah, a couple of months.
Many months.
Yeah.
It's
8 months,
it's
yeah.
Like, okay, how long
I was
did it
gonna
take
say
to get to
18.
Mars? At optimal speed, I think 9 months.
So what you're saying is that we should put all our criminals on Mars.
Hey, it worked once.
Oh.
Australia doesn't get a bit of a pass.
Wow, that's
But
nutty. I
it's
didn't even know
history.
that.
That's a fair point.
That's if the ship's
You know
right,
what
yes.
I mean? It's like, oh, the terrible things that were done to the Aboriginals. But it's like, okay, but have you seen the average criminal reoffending rates? What did you expect?
Yeah, it's not like we said our best. We should.
78%.
Like that, but that's honestly like a really decent argument for giving Australia a pass. But like,
Yeah, although it means they did all this stuff while they were out on probation. Now everybody goes, oh, what the heck? Why'd you
All I'm saying is that we, because what is it? Pluto's named after a god of death, right? I think from the Greek pantheon specifically. Someone said once, they're just like, all I'm saying, it was a bad idea to revoke planet status, like true planet status, from a planet literally named the god of death. Just throw me up there. And so Roman, okay, yeah, the Roman god of death. And I'm just like, hold up, you right?
demote Pluto from
Oh my
planet
God.
to dwarf planet?
yes.
And I can't help but agree.
Yeah.
So basically, they had an idea in mind to make Pluto not a planet, and then they changed all the rules to make it fit their space-based agenda.
Celestial identity politics have gone too far.
Fucking
That's all I'll
Christ.
say.
Yeah, exactly. There's 3 rules for
His chat had a whole
Number
debate
one,
on
it must
Pluto last
orbit
week.
stuff.
That sounds
Okay,
amazing.
Very good. We're all on board for that. And
Must
that's
have a
one of
sun.
the old
Okay.
rules.
That's fine. I can accept that. Asteroids, not planets. Cool.
Number 2, it must be big enough to have enough gravity to force it into a spherical shape.
Pretty sure it
Agreed.
does.
It's a brilliant one.
It also
Fine, I'll
has
accept
Sharon
that. But
orbiting
if we see a
it.
cube planet at some point, then I feel like we will need to revisit this rule.
We're just
But
playing
as it
Minecraft
stands,
at that
fine.
point.
Yeah, if there was something as big as Earth, but somehow cube.
It's the Borg!
Cube Earth.
Yeah. Now the new rule they brought
Revenge
in
Pluto to-
was
Yep.
it must be big enough that its gravity clears away any other objects of similar size in its orbit.
Bullshit.
That is a very specific rule,
Yep.
just designed to persecute Pluto.
Who came up with this rule?
Well, it was a big committee made up of the deep space
CIA,
state.
FBI, Big Pharma.
And one of the reasons that they essentially made this rule was because, well, Pluto actually has a moon
It's
that's
called-
almost
yeah.
the same size
Yeah,
as Pluto.
it's Sharon.
So Pluto wouldn't even just be one planet.
Binary
it would be
planet.
like several planets. But also, out in the Oort cloud, there are probably similar sized planets to Pluto.
Probably,
Hundreds,
allegedly.
maybe thousands of them.
Like some max
And
word
so
name.
actually,
Yes, absolutely.
Even in our own given solar system, there would be thousands of them. So what they're running into is a naming problem. Because, well, we can't teach kids that there are thousands of planets. Yeah,
No.
you can.
I mean,
okay,
yeah?
turns out there are thousands of planets, and a lot of them are really boring and far away.
Yeah.
Okay, but here's the main 9.
Yeah, here's the big 9. Why don't you just call them the big planets and the small planets and be done with it?
Dwarf
There's
planet.
also a couple of objects in the Kuiper Belt, I think, that would suddenly qualify as planets. So
Yeah, I
Ceres
could see that, yeah.
would suddenly become a planet.
Ceres? What,
Chiron,
what
yep.
even is Ceres? Oh, Ceres. Oh, okay. That's clearly a moon. It looks like a moon.
Well, it's not what it looks like, it's how it acts, isn't it?
Oh,
It's in the orbit between Mars and Jupiter.
what? Why don't we just make Ceres a planet
Yes,
instead?
absolutely.
To be honest, I'm just going to show my ignorance to it, but I've never heard of Ceres before.
I think there was.
In a way, I feel like you've just made this up to make me look
Like,
strange.
this
Wait,
needs
what's
to be damn
make
fuck up.
mate?
Yep.
Maki Maki.
Maki Maki.
Maki
Isn't that
Maki.
a type of sushi?
Yeah, okay. It's another planet that's just further out.
Oh, I love it. It's cute.
I mean, it's a dwarf planet, but
Why does one of them have boobies?
What?
this one.
There's no need for that. Come on.
Eris, Oh, it's a dwarf planet as well.
I'm learning new things here.
Well, no more learning. It's time for some answers, damn it.
Time for some answers, damn it!
Big question time.
Astronomy
What do you
and
think?
astrology are
Are there
legit.
any aliens?
No.
All right. Is the universe infinite?
Moist Critical would like to have a word with you.
It's like a bike wheel. Technically, it's infinite, but you just end up where you were in the first place.
That's good enough for me.
Good enough for me!
Is there a god?
Yes, and it's me.
There we go. Will we ever
Sauna,
find
yeah.
out all of the mysteries of the universe?
What if we already have?
I'll tell you what it is. The real answer.
Just like and
love.
subscribe. Oh.
And that's all you need.
Space or love, which is bigger? And if you could only have one, what would you have?
That's the one.
Oh, what about space love?
Is that like zero G shagging?
Yeah, or where you're on the moon and someone says like,
Oh, I love you.
it's like kind of non-committal and they don't really hear you on the radio and you go, what? And they go,
Nothing. Over.
What if you're on the moon and then they go into kiss and then they
Cracks their
accidentally
vibers.
shatter
Yep.
their space helmet?
And then their heads explode.
oh. Like two people vigorously doing cheers.
Yeah. Moon love turns to moon tragedy.
You know, it must happen all the time.
Oh my god.
On the moon, in the future,
That was
we'll all have
beautiful.
Raycons.
That was absolutely fucking beautiful. Holy fuck. I loved everything about that. Thank you, Incognito Mode. Oh my god.